Cost overruns were a major issue, as they were with other notoriously expensive stealth projects, and the technical challenges of building a new stealthy bomber were enormous. The U.S. required a replacement for the aging A-6 Intruder platform. The Navy hoped that a dedicated bomber armed with precision munitions could serve in an attack role. Not only that, but the Navy desired something stealthy that would be more survivable against enemy air defenses. Meet the eponymous Flying Dorito. Hey guys, welcome to our channel Future Warplanes, where we tell you about military fighter jets, military drones, and military planes from the currently famous in the air to the most advanced around the world. So stay with us till the end of this video so you don't miss out on any of this information. But before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our amazing videos in the future, and let's get started. The world's first operational stealth aircraft took to the skies in October 1983 under the cover of both physical and metaphorical darkness. The F-117 Nighthawk would change America's approach to air warfare, shifting away from the higher and faster mantra that has dominated much of the Cold War and toward the doctrine of stealth. Being sneaky became more important than being powerful in military aviation after its introduction in 1983. While the U.S. was the first to explore this technological frontier, by the time the Nighthawk was on patrol in the skies, the U.S. Navy desired their own stealth platform. Lockheed eventually pitched the idea of a significantly more capable F-117N Seahawk based on their groundbreaking Nighthawk. The Seahawk, however, was not the Navy's first attempt at a carrier-capable stealth attack aircraft. The Navy was already working on their Advanced Tactical Aircraft program 10 years before the Seahawk proposal reached their desks. By the mid-1990s, the ATA was looking to replace the Grumman A-6 Intruder. The Intruder has previously served for the U.S. Since 1963, the Navy has used it as a ground attack platform, and the Navy saw a replacement program as an ideal opportunity to get into the stealth game. On January 13, 1988, a joint team of McDonnell Douglas and General Dynamics was awarded a development contract for what would become the A-12 Avenger II, not to be confused with Lockheed's proposed A-12 of the 1960s, which sought to arm an SR-71 sibling jet with air-to-air weapon systems. Once completed, the Navy's A-12 would have been a flying wing design similar to Northrop Grumman's B-2 Spirit or the upcoming B-21 Raider, albeit much smaller. The A-12 Avenger II was designed to be slightly longer than 37 feet long, with a wingspan of a few inches more than 70 feet. The A-12 would have been significantly shorter than the nearly 55-foot-long Intruder, with a much wider wingspan than would have allowed two A-12s to sit side by side on adjacent catapults on a carrier flight deck. In fact, the A-12's wingspan would have dwarfed the extended sweep wings of the F-14 Tomcat by 6 feet. Although the A-12 Avenger II had a flying wing design, its overall shape differed from the Air Force's triangular B-2 Spirit. The A-12's sharp triangular shape earned it the nickname the Flying Dorito. Despite its width, the A-12 Avenger II was only designed to carry a comparatively small 5,150 pounds of internal ordnance, outperforming the Nighthawk's paltry payload of two 2,000-pound GBU-27 laser-guided bombs, but falling short of the Intruder's 18,000 pounds. The A-12 Avenger, like modern stealth aircraft, was never intended to scream into the fight with its teeth bared. Many defense officials regarded its ability to strike targets without warning in highly contested airspace as more valuable than a massive payload. Another example of how military aviation was rapidly changing throughout the Cold War was the belief that blanketing an area with munitions was no longer the most effective way of engaging the enemy. Instead, the A-12 Avenger II's stealth combined with highly accurate precision munitions would allow it to surgically strike enemy targets where it hurt the most. Despite clearly serving as an attack aircraft, Lockheed's F-117 Nighthawk was given the F designation as well as the informal moniker Stealth Fighter on purpose. The F-117 lacked any form of air-to-air capability, a defining feature of a fighter aircraft, but Air Force officials hoped that the concept of a stealth fighter would attract the type of highly skilled fighter jocks that this new attack aircraft would require. The Navy, on the other hand, had no such plans for their own stealth jet, intending to give it an A prefix to demonstrate its use against ground targets, despite having the ability to engage air targets with its two internally stored AIM-120 AMRAAM air-to-air missiles. In other words, the A-12 Avenger II would have been the U.S.'s first stealth fighter. The A-12, on the other hand, would not have been well suited to fighting the powerful and acrobatic fourth-generation fighters fielded at the time by national opponents such as the Soviet Union and post-collapse Russia. With a top speed of 580 miles per hour and a service ceiling of 40,000 feet, this subsonic aircraft may have been armed with the missiles required to take down an enemy jet, but logic would dictate that if enemy fighters were in the area, it should rely on stealth rather than firepower. In addition to its 2 air-to-air missiles, the A-12 Avenger II was designed to carry 2 AGM-88 HARM air-to-ground missiles, which entered service in 1985. The AGM-88 was an anti-radiation missile which could track electromagnetic waves emitted by early warning radar arrays and surface-to-air missile platforms. In other words, the A-12 Avenger II could have served in contested airspace in a similar capacity to today's F-35 Joint Strike Fighters. The A-12 would hunt down and destroy air defense systems, paving the way for less stealthy and more weapon-laden platforms to follow. When not on the hunt for enemy radar, the AGM-88 HARM missiles could be replaced with unguided or precision bombs for continued action against ground targets. The Navy had planned to buy 620 A-12 Avenger IIs, with the Marine Corps ordering another 238 and the Air Force considering 400 modified A-12 variants to replace their outgoing F-111 aardvarks. Only 59 operational F-117A Nighthawks were ever built, so the A-12 Avenger II promised to be America's premier stealth aircraft for years to come, with a total of 1,258 aircraft in American hands. If all of these orders had been filled, the A-12 Avenger II would have become one of the most common aircraft in the U.S., second only to the U.S. Army's massive fleet of UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters. For a while, it appeared that the A-12 Avenger II program was proceeding smoothly, but it was abruptly canceled in January 1991 by Defense Secretary Dick Cheney. Many were unaware that the aircraft, which had yet to fly by the beginning of 1991, was significantly overweight, 18 months behind schedule, and massively over budget. In April 1991, an article published by Air Force magazine, 3 months after the A-12 Avenger II program was canceled, Pentagon investigators came to blame 4 distinct and significant factors, as outlined at the time by David Montgomery. Overly protective Navy officials who didn't want to endanger the plane by pointing out problems. A Pentagon analyst first detected a possible cost overrun 2 years ago, but the Navy program manager continued to describe the A-12 as being on track until after a major Pentagon review last year. A don't rock the boat segment of the Pentagon bureaucracy, which was aware of the problems but apparently reluctant to buck its superiors to press its case. In one incident, a report noting A-12 problems was tucked away and forgotten. Overly optimistic A-12 contractors who miscalculated the extent of the technical difficulties in producing such a plane and shielded the problems from the government. An inquiry by Navy Deputy General Counsel Chester Paul Beach found that General Dynamics and McDonnell Douglas discovered increasing cost and schedule variances but did not alert the Navy in a timely fashion. Excessive secrecy, which blanketed the project and prevented examinations that might have brought problems to light. Officials assigned to Secretaries Cheney and Garrett were kept away. Standard reporting procedures were abandoned, and information was transmitted verbally rather than in writing. In the years that followed, the U.S. government and the A-12 Avenger II's contractors, McDonnell Douglas and General Dynamics, would engage in repeated contract breach litigation, eventually reaching the Supreme Court. Boeing, which had acquired McDonnell Douglas, and General Dynamics agreed to repay the government $200 million each in January 2014 for failing to meet the requirements of the initial contract. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click on the like button and share it with your family and friends. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us in the comment space below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our incredible videos. You can also check out our other videos that have been specially selected for you. We'll catch up in the next video.